Hi, I'm Jeremy, and this is my day in the life of traveling to New York. So, we traveled to New York for a choir trip. There were a lot of us there, including, as you see in the camera, Declan, Alan, John, Ronan. We had to wake up quite early. It was 3 in the morning when we were at the airport. But as you can see, we're all very excited to go to New York. It was such a fun time, and we were very excited. Walking through the airport at this hour, usually you wouldn't have a lot of energy, but we did because we were excited. So we got on the plane, and luckily we all got to switch our seats around so we could sit by the people we wanted to. I sat by Ashley, Maya, Declan, and Alan were in front of us. And as you see outside, it was still dark outside. It was that early in the morning when we were flying out to Chicago. So the day's plan was that we were going to go to Chicago and then have an hour and a half layover there. And then we were going to fly to Newark and then get on a bus and go to New York. After that, we would have free time. And we would just enjoy ourselves, have a good time. There was about 50 people on this trip from St. Louis Park, so we all got to enjoy each other's company for a long time. But we were all very excited, also very tired, because, again, we had school the day before this and then had to wake up early. We landed in O'Hare, and it was obviously a little lighter there because some time had passed. We're all very excited, as you can see, Chicago. And so we got off the plane after this. It took a long time to get off the plane because there were so many people on it. And got off the plane, got into the airport, and we had these bagels from the Great American Bagel Shop. I did not like them. I thought they were terrible. They have nothing on Bruegger's. I know Bruegger's is everywhere, but, got to try new things when you're in other places. And no, these bagels were not good. I was not impressed. Nobody else was impressed. I didn't even finish mine. And our departure, 9:05 a.m., it was pretty early in general, but we got on the plane, and we were playing a game. It was a trivia game. All of us on the plane, not all of us, but some of us on the plane decided to play it. We flew over. I always love flying because I see the views of the cities below me, and I just had a really good time flying. I always like having the window seat so I can see what's going on outside. I've never not had the window seat on a plane either. I've only ever had the window seat, so hopefully my luck stays the same for the rest of my life that I fly. Everyone's watching movies, having a good time. So here's us landing in Newark, and even from New Jersey, you can see Manhattan out the window. You see it in the distance, and that was super cool to see because Manhattan, I'd never been in New York, so obviously I've never seen it, but seeing it from the air was just a really cool experience. And the pilot, turned the plane in the air just so that we could, have a better view of it. It was really cool. A lot of people's cameras were out, and it was very fun. So get to Newark, and at this point, I'm not gonna lie, all of us were very tired. That it was a 3-hour or 2-hour flight. We're at baggage claim, and it was a lot warmer there than it was in Minnesota. So some of us changed at the airport. Some of us were in our hoodies, and it was pretty warm. We had a good time. We waited for the bus. Took a very long time to wait for the bus. We were all really bored, but also really excited to get going into the activities for the day. I can tell you I was really excited because, again, never been to New York. We departed from the airport after 30 minutes of waiting for the bus to come, even though it was supposed to be there a lot earlier. Get on the coach bus. It was really nice. And, these views of the city from pretty much everywhere we were on the highway were really cool. You can see, so many different parts of the downtowns of New York City's different boroughs. And we're still in New Jersey. There were some really cool football fields right here, right overlooking the highway. You can see Manhattan from there. That would definitely be a fun place to play as a person that plays football. And, we were all really excited, finally out of the airports on a bus. This is us driving under the Hudson River to get to Manhattan. We were previously in New Jersey. This is how you cross from New Jersey to Manhattan. And it was really cool. It's kind of weird to be underwater. I've never been on an underwater bridge before, so that was kind of weird to think about. We crossed the border into New York, and immediately you're hit with these big, tall buildings that, you pretty much get right into downtown. And the first thing I noticed when I got to Manhattan was how bad the traffic is. It was really bad. So we get to the hotel, and as you can see, it was a beautiful hotel. We were all very excited to be finally in Manhattan. But again, we weren't even sure if we were going to get to go in our rooms yet, so we kind of waited it out, waiting to see what the hotel was going to have us do. We ended up going to our rooms, and immediately we hit the streets, and the first thing we all wanted to do was get an authentic New York street vendor hot dogs. So we got those from the street vendor right here. There were street vendors on every single corner, and the hot dogs, I got a chili cheese dog. I think we all did. They did not disappoint. They were so good. We went to Times Square, and Times Square was so cool. This is a place that you see all the time on TV shows or pictures, and we finally got to go there, and it was just a really cool place to be. In Times Square, there's Krispy Kreme, and so we were still hungry, so we wanted to get some donuts. We went to Krispy Kreme, and obviously got our donuts at Krispy Kreme. They were very good, and we went back to Times Square. Times Square is just so beautiful. We spent a lot of time there. There's also a lot of events that happen there. People, dancing, people doing different things, a lot of times trying to get money, but it's very cool to watch all of that. After that, we walked to dinner and, saw a lot of cool different places like Radio City Music Hall on our way to dinner. And after dinner, we just enjoyed our night, pretty relaxed evening. And that was pretty much our day that we traveled to New York. It was very relaxing, very nice. We were all very tired after because we were awake for a long time, but we all overall had a very good time that day and an extremely good time in that trip, and I enjoyed all of it and enjoyed spending time with all the people that were there with us. Thank you for listening. This is my day in the life of traveling to New York.